Good morning, everyone. This is Mike Yurigan with Brevard. We're at Spessard Holland this morning, and just wanted to give you a quick update of what's happened over the last 21 days or so. It's been exhilarating, to say the least, for me, and hope a lot of you, when you do come out, you'll be able to see all the progress that we've made on the golf course here at Spessard. We've got a lot of activity going on right now, so you'll hear some tractors, some things beeping in the background. Keel and Say trying to clean that up a little bit. So, but we thought we'd give you a quick experience of what's happening. Biggest thing we have is that with Greens Renovation and digging the greens out and getting all the material, getting rid of that top layer was going to be a big problem. And we were able to find someone that could get that top layer out. But then we had all that extra sand that was underneath that was good stuff, and we didn't want to get rid of it. So we used most of that out on number 18 fairway. And I think when you see 18 fairway, you're going to be pretty excited about not having to have to move your ball or get it out of the water. So the changes that we're making, the things we're doing, I think are going to be spectacular for this golf course. The other sand that was left over, that last 6 to 8 inches down below, we've been able to use that sand and use that in a lot of bunkers, as you know, the last 24 years of them washed out with hurricanes, wind, being up on the beach. What we basically did is that we put in 3 or 4 loads, or sometimes more, of that material on the bottom of the bunkers. Take, for example, number 1 green or number 3, where you could barely see the green when you're having your shot. That material has priced. It's expensive stuff, so there's no reason to just go throwing it at the local dump or whatever. So we use a pre-process now. And at the end of the day, hopefully sometime in the September-October range, no hurricanes or whatever, we'll be able to top it off with some really nice T-angle or some nice white color sand or whatever we feel like it's going to be the mess that we're at the beach site. So those are things that, were expected, unexpected, things that, now we can use and really change the whole dynamics of the golf course. We've done some tee renovations. Also, we've enlarged try to get in my mind here straight. We've enlarged number 17 tee. We've enlarged the front of 15, green in front of 15, the white on 16. Where else have we done? And try to figure out quite well. I think those are the only major renovations. Number 7, the white on 7. So all of those tee boxes now will be expanded, more teeing ground, better material underneath, because we were having a tough time growing the grass in those areas. And then what we did is we had this company come in and we planed all the other tees that had the big slopes in them. So the ones that we didn't feel like we could plane, Alvin came over, level them out, and we'll be in the process of sprigging them this week, or maybe the first of next week. But the great news is that the greens side, hopefully tomorrow, we'll get our first load and we'll do a couple greens tomorrow. And hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have all the greens grassed. That's weather permitting and everything else. As long as the sod farm stays dry, we can get the sod here. So we're about 7 to 10 days ahead of schedule. So keep my fingers crossed. We've had some really nice rains the last several days. Jamie has done a fantastic job at Habitat managing the water over there. We were on kind of critical ground, as you all know, with the rain and the weather the way it's been. Now that the lakes are moving up a little bit and rising, we can be a little bit more aggressive with some of the watering and everything. Again, we're on that level when we can only pump so much water a year. So time frame is all based on weather, but planting the greens this week. Hopefully the tee boxes and everything will be sprigged, and number 18 fairway will be sprigged the first of next week. So that gets us into our next question that I've had. When are we going to open, and what are our expectations? So with the weather conditions, with the sprigging of the tee boxes at 18 fairway, we might have to keep some of those tee boxes closed based on how fast they come in. So that means we might have a little bit of a hybrid course. So 18 fairway, depending on the situation of how quickly the grass comes in, we might have to play 18 a par 3 for a couple weeks. I'm just telling you all this so you won't be surprised when you come out. The golf course is not going to be 100% playable renovations that we're doing. Now, with that said, the greens grass will come in at 1/4 inch. It's cut at 3/4 inch, so it'll be a little bit higher than the color. So now we won't have any runoff issues. The water will run off the greens. We won't have any puddling on the greens at all. So just those things that I just wanted everybody's expectations to be that we're not going to be back to 100% normal like we wanted to be, if we were closing for 5 months. So give us that 2-month window, first week in July, hopefully July 1st. And then as we go, we'll lower the heights of the green. And Cabot Farms over in the center of the state did the same thing that we're doing. It's the old Worldwoods property. They started 1/4 inch and they got down within almost 2 months of almost regular cutting, anywhere from 120 to 140 based on the height. And it's so just, I'm not trying to plead with you or anything. Just be ready to have a really good time and have fun, and let the golf course mature as it goes. Again, 3-4 months down the road, we're going to look at this and we're going to say, hey, what did you really do out here? You'll see it, but then you'll get used to it. I did write a few things down. We did open the Spessard Grill this morning. Please, when you do come and park, please listen to where the staff says to park. We've got to stay away from the south side of the parking lot if you do come over for breakfast or lunch. Again, the greens and tees are going way ahead of schedule. The Habitat driving range, the concrete will go in for the new mats that we're putting in the back. This week, the concrete will go in, and then hopefully by the end of the month, the mats will be here. We have a tremendous amount of lost clubs at both golf courses. So what we're going to do is that when the club comes in, not to change the scubbing from the golf course, but when the clubs come in, we're going to put a date on there of when they arrive. 30 days later, we're going to donate them to the kids program. So if you lose a club or you go to your bag today, we have at least 40 clubs, maybe 50 clubs at Spessard, and Habitat would probably have 25 or 30. So if you lost a club and you know what it is, look in your bag, call a pro shop, try to identify the club that you're missing. We'll put your name on it, we'll save it for you. Otherwise, they're all going to go to the junior program. So we just don't have the room for all that. We've repainted the inside of the whole clubhouse at Spessard. We're still doing some ongoing on that. Look, try to make sure I don't miss anything. Again, the expectations are that we will be open around July 1st or the holiday weekend. We'll have a big event, hopefully a kickoff. We'll have some hamburgers and hot dogs, baked beans, and all kinds of goodies for the 4th of July celebration. And again, I want to thank all of you for supporting what we're doing over at both golf courses, and kind of hanging in there with us on the double tee for starts and Habitat. A lot of people have really been happy because they've been able to get out early in the morning before it gets too hot. This morning, you would know, it's beautiful this morning. But we just have a lot going on, and we appreciate your support and your understanding. And I've got some videos coming, and Caleb's taking some drone videos, and we'll try to give you an update now. I've just been so hectic with everything going on that we'll get some of that stuff out to you soon. So on behalf of Golf Brevard, all the staff and everything that we're doing, I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.